Listen to me speak, but just do what you want. What words will you keep? The ones that cause us harm. You assume the worst, but that is yet to come. Because you caused it first, and now we've come undone. Caught up in trying to find a problem. Why do we lose our minds, sending us before we try? Fed up, we're trying to fix our problems. Why do we lose our minds, sending us before we try? Why do we lose our minds, sending us before we try? Why do we lose our minds, sending us before we try? Caught up and trying to find a problem. Why do we lose our minds, sending us before we try? Fed up, we're trying to fix our problems. Why do we lose our minds, But between the lines, because you bent the truth. Now it's hard to find a place for me and you. I know you're paranoid, but that does not excuse the way we've paved a void and made ourselves confused. Why do we lose our minds, sending us before we try? Why do we lose our minds, sending us before we try? Sending us before we try. Caught up and trying to find a problem. Why do we lose our minds, sending us before we try? Fed up, we're trying to fix our problems. Why do we lose our minds, sending us before we try? I've been talking in my sleep, been running deep, looking for us. I've been playing hide and seek. I felt the heat, but never enough. Oh, my mind, now my mind is Guess I should have known. Oh, my move, now my mind is blown. No surprise. Roll the dice. Let's see what happens here. It's late at night. Where is the action? I'm starry eyed. Wanna take a leap of faith and don't think twice, think twice. Roll the dice. Let's see what happens here. It's late at night. Where is the action? I'm starry eyed. Wanna take a leap of faith and don't think twice, think twice. Let's see what happens here. It's late at night. Where is the action? I'm starry eyed. Wanna take a leap of faith and don't think twice, think twice. Roll the dice. Let's see what happens here. It's late at night. Where is the action? I'm starry eyed. Wanna take a leap of faith and don't think twice, think twice. Roll the dice. Roll the dice. Roll the dice. Let's see what happens here. It's late at night. Where is the action? I'm starry eyed. Wanna take a leap of faith and don't think twice, think twice. Roll the dice. Let's see what happens here. It's late at night. Where is the action? I'm starry eyed. Wanna take a leap of faith and don't think twice, think twice.
Hello and welcome to our third event here at REVSPORT International. It is I've lost the entry list, sorry. I'm joined here by Coke.
Hello.
Thank you. Always putting in the enthusiasm, I see.
Thank you.
You're welcome. And yeah, today we are at Kyalami for a double 24, so to speak, but the 24 is in minutes, so it's not quite as impressive, but well, no one will fact check us on Twitter, I'm pretty sure.
We're gonna get cancelled.
I'm not getting cancelled, that's fine. We've done worse things than this. Anyway, that's besides the point. Here at Kyalami, of course, this is a first time that anyone here has ever driven this track, because that's confirmed. And yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how our drivers handle a sprint race this time out. Because previously, of course, we've only ever run kind of longer form races with pit stops. So it's just interesting to see how our drivers handle just going full pace for the whole race. Any thoughts about the format, Coke?
I mean, it's quite sad that they lost the entry list, to be honest. So
yeah, something about a fire.
They'll have to deal with it. So something about children's hospitals. But anyway.
No, it tends to happen.
Yeah.
So our format for today, for our first race, we are completely randomizing the entry list. Nobody knows where they're starting, except me. I know where they're starting because I put this together in 5 minutes using Microsoft Word. And the second race is going to be a reverse grid of the results of the first race. So if anyone gets a bad position to start in, they'll have a chance to redeem themselves in the second race. That should be pretty interesting. Now, somebody has told me that there is a hot lap. Now, I will say now, apologies for last event. I don't know if anyone caught it, but it turns out that the hot lap from last event wasn't actually an ACC.
Again?
And the first time was honestly a mistake. This time we've got an intern, and he kind of pulled the wool over our eyes. And I mean, the game looked fully realistic, so we fully believed him. But it turns out it was in Trackmania, which isn't a realistic sim. So this time we've actually sourced out ACC this time, Coke. So
nice, let's go.
So here we are at Kyalami. So the circuit it's got interesting characteristics, I'd say. It's not the sort of track that you'd normally what's the word? It's not a track that you'd do a sprint race at normally, as you see. This is also our first hot lap that we're actually doing in a live session as well. So turn 1 here, a fairly flat kind of corner. This technically turn 2, but nobody cares about that. This corner's called Barbecue. A left-hander, lots of high curves at this circuit, so the kind of low-spring GT3 cars will have some issue with keeping it stable, I'd say. These cars do tend to bounce once it gets going. Through Sunset we go now, long, sweeping right-hander. The car just getting a little bit loose on exit there. Again, with the GT3s, we'll be seeing kind of sliding around. I think the Porsche will struggle through that corner the most. Coming through the S's now, downhill, left, right, sweep, and then uphill to Luco, I think. I don't know. I do apologise for any mispronounced words here. It's a double apex corner that it's kind of somewhere in between you being able to take it as one corner and having to split it into two. It's very close there. Through Mineshaft and then to the Crocodiles. Actually, an interesting name for a corner. You know, you normally get corners named after people or buildings, but the Crocodiles is a fairly kick-ass name. Turn 15, Cheetah. This is the funny corner, and you see again our hot lap driver hitting that curve. It can go a lot worse than that, I promise. Final turn now, and onto the pit straight. And this lap should be our driver here, you know, getting a bit unlucky with traffic, setting on 154 there, but we should be expecting times to be as low as a 141, 142 during the race. And yeah, I think that was a very good lap from our driver.
Yeah.
I think some of those corners could have gone a lot better, but yeah, it's neither here nor there. It's what you get, it's the luck of the draw that you get during the race that matters. Now, we're getting close to the race. Coke, have you raced here? But actually, how about that? Did you know?
I did not know, actually.
So this is something that I researched on earlier, actually. So in 1874, REVSPORT was introduced. Back then, it's not the same company now as it was then, but back then, REVSPORT did cut its teeth on Toka Race Car Driver 2. That was actually the first game that was ever raced in REVSPORT history and in esports history as well.
It's the first game, honestly.
It is the first game, yeah. Interesting they started with number 2, but of course they were tracking the 1870 to 1874 Touring Car Championship as expected, you know, for back then.
Yeah.
And it was eventually ported and remastered for the PlayStation 1 in the early 2000s. So, you know, commendable. You know, REVSPORT has been around for a very long time, and we have been working hard to try and innovate, you know, all the way from, as we've said, 1874 until now. And think we're doing well. Shame that the USB did get caught in a fire, though.
Yeah. Sad.
That would have been a huge innovation for sim racing, not having to do qualifying, because then it means you can do more racing, which is ideal. Now, we are a minute to go. I'm going to let the drivers and so know that we will be skipping ahead.
So anyway, what did you have for lunch today?
I had a tube of Pringles.
Disgusting.
Not a fan of Pringles?
I'm not a fan of you.
Oh.
Go away, please.
No, I'm staying.
Of course, English.
God. We are now in the race session, and I think we now have some time to do our grid walk. So I'm going to be reading off all of the drivers. This does include drivers who aren't here today, so if there are some gaps in the grid, that is why. And we will be making mild fun of them as we go. So, grid walk, please. Technical difficulties.
Not surprised, honestly.
We've lost the camera, but it's fine. The camera will be solved shortly. What did you eat for lunch, Coke?
Nothing.
And that's better than Pringles.
Yeah. At least I'm not getting fat.
Okay. Anyway. We are now on the grid, and our pole sitter is Gomenzel, setting a lap of nothing to get himself onto the front row. Jason List in second in the number 995 Bentley. Have Bud in the OCM adorned NSX there, and alongside a Smith in the 37. Maitland in the number 42 on the right hand side, and we are unfortunately missing P. Stather, who would be lining up alongside. Belandi in 6th, and again we are missing apparently P. Stather again, so maybe it's his brother. Joe Scher in the 549 Audi alongside A. Gates in the Porsche, the Simply Race branding there. Cam Gold in the REVSPORT Lamborghini on the right, and Lucas Costa, our previous race winner, in the 92. Schroeder in the number 1 Porsche alongside Dvorak in the number 34 Honda. Balawender, the very first REVSPORT winner there in the Mickey Mouse Mobile. And then behind we would have Jade Lynn, Savinsky, and Maras. Maras is there, Savinsky unfortunately not. Maras in the number 13 Machine, and Jay Wolf in the 21 purple monster there. The 69 has left off our screen. D Wild, Sage, and D'Angelo. We are missing a couple of drivers back there as well, but they're neither here nor there. I'm excited, aren't you?
Kind of.
That's not the answer. Say yes.
Yes!
Thank you.
I am so excited.
That is
I have never been this excited before. I took some anti-excitement pills the other day. I must say, they haven't worked yet.
Yeah, I'm on the edge of my tender hooks on my seat. That's what I am right now. And we are just coming around. As per, our drivers are just warming their tyres. I imagine Gonzal is very nervous on the front row there. Tactical Breck himself, I think, just getting himself in the game, talking it through, kind of psyching himself up to take the win on this one.
Well, I think no one's going to win this race, I've decided.
You think no one's going to win?
No.
I think that we need a winner, I think.
How will we decide that?
I think one of the ways that you can decide is by the person coming over the line
Really?
First.
Maybe. What about 11th?
11th doesn't have the same ring to it. But 11th is the number 1 car, so maybe it's just whoever has the smaller number.
Maybe. We'll see.
We'll decide later on. Okay. So we're about halfway around the track now. Everyone's still weaving, getting their brakes warm, their tyres ready. looking over the wing of the 549 here. We've only got 2 Audis on the grid. The Porsche seems to be a fairly popular choice, as well as the Honda, which are 2 cars that I wouldn't expect to be popular. Do you have any thoughts on that?
No, I don't really.
Because from previous experience, it's the McLaren that you tend to see kind of saturating the grid, but everyone is now forming up, getting ready for the race start. Gomzel, our leader here, we're going to have all eyes on him at the minute. There could be pandemonium, it could be quite clean. All up to what decisions our drivers make as they cross the start finish.
I think everyone's just gonna crash.
I think we're going to get a fairly clean first sector, and then someone's going to drop it in the S's. I think the S's is such a difficult section, as we saw during the hot lap, where the simplest mistake can lead you to sliding off the track. Here we come around to the start finish. Lights are still red. Just trundling up the start line. And away we go. Bad stuff comes with there. He was very late getting away. Got a bit bumped there, I believe. And 2 cars already backwards. 1 in the wall.
3 cars, actually.
3 cars, yeah. It's a little bit deep. He's lost several positions at the start. That was not the start he was looking for. Still in 4th, still within touching distance of the lead. A few other drivers losing out on the start as well, as we saw a few cars backwards earlier on. I'm still unsure who that is. We'll find out very shortly.
I think Bellamander was involved. The number 12 was involved in that incident.
The number 12 of Sage, yes, very unlucky. The BMW as well of Maitland and Dvorak as well.
I think wasn't the Bentley I think the Bentley was involved as well.
The Bentley may have caused some of it, but he still seems to be moving.
I hope he's moving still.
I believe he's our leader.
Wait, no, is the Bentley in the lead?
Bentley's in the lead, mate.
Bentley? Oh, my bad. So, yeah.
So, still everything to play for. Grid gap right now between everyone is minute. We're watching now as Schroeder and Balawenda battle through Mineshaft to the Crocodiles. They're still side by side. And I think Balawenda just lets him go deep and switches back on Schroeder. What a move. And on our right of our screens, we see Wolf, Jay Wolf. As Balawenda get a little bit wrong.
Balawenda just crashes.
No. Is that Balawenda?
No, that's Sage.
No,
that's
Sage. That's why
Sage.
We're confusing our drivers.
They have the same livery.
The same livery here.
What a shame.
So Sage getting unlucky with that, and Balawenda's still alive after a very confusing first lap, to say the least.
Gates in the pits.
Gates, yeah, I mean, there was a fairly hefty shunt, and by the looks of it, Gates got the most of it. I don't know whether that is the ideal strategy to take, considering that
You don't have to take a pit stop.
Yeah, you don't have to take a pit stop, so you're going to be in there a little while. Do you reckon they're going for the second race strategy instead?
Maybe. Probably.
See D'Angelo hooking it around the outside of Mara, still side by side. Coming to the S's now, neither one of them giving way to the other driver. Down the hill they go. Still side by side. Honda getting a better drive through there, and I think that's all she wrote for that move. Gates gets a stop-go 30.
I think the Audi's going to go for the move here.
Well, you are right. Going again, as that's not a move.
That's the McLaren.
That is the McLaren. Yeah, you were right. He's trying everything. Oops.
Shut up, man.
Of course.
Ooh. I think he's complained to his pit crew one too many times. Well, at least it's not Ferrari, am I right, guys? Formula 1 reference.
Oh, I don't get the reference.
Please laugh.
How?
Laugh.
How?
Shut up. Anyway, Sage also in the pit lane. Gates getting a stop go 30 due to speeding in the pit lane, unfortunately. So,
I've done that once or twice.
going to be kicking themselves after that. But Cher seeming to pull away from List in the lead. Schroeder now defending against car behind, and Jay.
Oh! Oh, of course.
And I believe.
Are you alright?
No,
You good?
no. Can you commentate?
Audi versus Honda. Oh no, Honda comes in front. I can't do play-by-play. Fuck.
Well, that was Maris, unfortunately, getting the short end of the stick there.
Oh, what a shame.
So, Maris now at the head of this pack. D'Angelo and Vorak very close behind, hoping to make their way past the car that I imagine has burnt up their tyres a little bit after that spin.
I mean, the Audi is in a Honda sandwich, so you never know.
Would you eat that sandwich?
No.
Scintillating stuff there from Kobe.
Thank you.
Now, on board with Jay Wolf, who has made his way up to 9th. Oh, and we see both him and Gonzal both hitting that curb. Gonzal, bit of argy-bargy, but makes it past. Keeps the position. But Wolf is going to have the drive down here, especially since that engine does seem to be fairly powerful down the straight. I believe that's the second move he's made on this straight. Tactical Brick going a little bit deep. Wolf still alongside. There's a curb just on the left here, which he does hit. A little bit of loss of control. I think he got squeezed by the Ferrari just there, so he's going to charge up his batteries and try again. Did you know that?
I did actually. I've read that somewhere a few years ago.
Yeah, it's physically impossible for pigs to look up in the sky. And also, during a thunderstorm, I believe it's either chickens or ostriches, I can't remember which, they will look directly up at the sky and open their mouths, which I don't think is ideal.
Kind of hot, not gonna lie.
Shut up. Don't. Shut up.
What do you mean? I'm being truthful.
You're being truthful. Well, do you know who is also being truthful? It is
Who?
the number 38 to Belandi here. Still battling away is Balawender. Balawender now make his way up into the podium positions. Only 2 cars directly in front of him. I think Cher is trying to check out as hard as he can. It is a very close battle here. 4 cars spread only by a second. You get the view from the lead car of Jay List in the Bentley. I'm surprised the positions here have remained as such for so long. We see Bud making a little bit of a lunge, having to back out of it. Balawender the same.
Oh, yellow flag somewhere? Oh, gone. Oh! Cameron Gold spins that turn 2.
Getting his engine going. He's going to have to get moving soon. That's several positions he's lost now. I believe 2, maybe 3.
The dishwasher, of course.
He did replace his entire crockery set the other day due to the disasters that befalled him in previous race, and it's happened again. Landy still on the rear, just tapping nose. He's trying to take all room on the road, just diving on the inside, and he's done it. He's passed Balawender. Balawender has the speed. Switching sides to the inside down here at Mineshaft. Side by side, just has to let him go. Again, trying to dive at the crocodiles, going very tight. But gets the defense. Well, the defense is not done actually. The overtake is made. Belandi left scratching his head about what he needs to do to make the move stick.
Go faster?
I mean, going faster is one thing, but you know, the other person's braver than you on the brakes. I mean, looking right now, all drivers across the line, their lap times are only spread by a tenth. It was a 27.5 for the slowest driver in that group, a 27.3 for the quickest driver in that group. They are very, very competitive. So it wasn't the speeding in the pit lane. Right. Okay, so we're gonna have to. I'm gonna have to put in some work there.
Band.
Yeah. I mean, the GitHub page for acc.admin is open, but well, ACC admin. If you head over to acc.min.in, you will find a website that you probably won't end up using because it's for server admin stuff. But it does look nice, and that's what matters.
Never visited it, probably never will, so...
Well, do you want to know a website that you will probably use? As Belandi on the inside of Balawenda, again trying in the same place. Sorry, I will come back to that tangent in a moment. List has a fantastic view in his rear mirror of the shenanigans going on. Little bit of a slide. As the Porsche still side by side. Balawenda, the bravest through Cheetah, and again, Belandi is still looking at the rear of this Porsche. He just can't get anything done.
Never seen anything like it.
It is absolutely cracking racing from these two. Chavbud, of course, made the move earlier on in the lap on J List. I did miss that while I was arguing with Coke. I do apologise.
Sure, I'll go on.
Do you want to do a little bit of an ad read and let everyone know where they can join this race?
Not really.
As we see... Oh no! That's not it! Oh, well, speaking of pit stop, we do have our pit lane correspondent, Cameron. Are you here?
Oh God! Yeah. I'm sorry. I was having a nap. I mean, you flew me out to South Africa to do a pit lane report on a race which has no pit stops.
Well, I don't know if you just saw.
Yeah, I mean, I got aroused by a massive noise of Gomezel failing on his pit entry, but he's here now. He's stationary. I'd imagine it probably added a fair bit of time to his stop. But yeah, I was just having a little snooze and was rudely awoken.
Thank you very much for
your pay will be cut in half.
Excellent. You're not paying me.
What?
Ignoring that, we did just see Balawenda go very wide at the top of the circuit, and Belandi, I believe Belandi has now decided his strategy, and his strategy is get out of my way. List is terrified.
Oh my...
Belandi is a man on a tear right now. 2 positions in 1 lap.
Balawenda's going for it now.
Balawenda,
he's got the slipstream.
Yeah, he's looking to right some wrongs and dot some I's and cross some T's. But List also doing the same. Everyone's making a move and no one knows what's going on.
Everyone's going...
Oh dear!
Oh dear! What's happening?
I believe they watched our hot lap earlier. As Balawenda goes off track to make the overtake. And he
did he get it?
No, they're still side by side.
Oh! He's done it! It's this Kevin Estra, actually.
Kevin Estra in disguise driving the Mickey Mouse mobile. And you know what this has done? It has brought Costa into the battle now.
It has?
Lucas is now within touching distance of this front five battle as we see a shot of all the cars cresting the hill side by side. Balawenda still battling Belandi until the hound's back here. As Costa switches sides on List. Balawenda breaking late.
I think Balawenda's got this. He sticks it.
Look behind, Lucas on the inside of the Bentley. Is the Bentley going to give him room? The Bentley gives him room. The Bentley gives him too much room, and that's it. That's all she wrote. Lucas Costa is through into 5th position. Oh my god. Oh, it's too much to bear here. Little bit further back, the battle of the unfortunately damaged cars, Vorak and Gold. Vorak needs to get that HUD alignment sorted out. That is not, as the kids would call, hella flush, unfortunately.
Hello, flush, yeah.
Hella flush. This isn't flush either, Christ. The battle for 9th. Whoa. Schroeder, is he using his wheel as a wheel, or is he just soaring away at it? Let's have a look. Switching sides as often as he can. On board with Maris, and it is just lovely inside. He has a little TV there just to let him know of who's behind. It's a stereo system. He's living life, you know? And meanwhile in the Porsche, no TV.
I've just woke up in a fucking steaming mood, yeah? Because I live in a shit.
Yeah,
Oh.
well, I mean, that's what it's like driving a Porsche, I'm afraid.
Yeah.
And coming back to this battle here, Vorak still looking at the rear of this rather resplendent looking Lamborghini here with the REVSPORT branding. If you would like to join the REVSPORT community, you know where to find us, discord.revsport.racing. We also have a website at just revsport.racing at the top of your screen there. We also tweet sometimes.
Do we?
Don't refute anything I say. Right. Thank you. Excellent.
Okay, yeah.
Right, Gold still in front of this battle. List now still looking behind for another car looking to take his place, and that is the Aston Martin of Jay Wolf there, the purple machine, as we have seen earlier on in the race. Fairly clean, this.
Yeah.
Ooh, this might not be clean. Balawinder has caught up to Cav Bud here. Cav squeezing him all the way to the inside of the track.
Oh, did it? Oh,
Ooh, they've touched many times there. I'm not sure if that is either legal or safe.
I mean, in what book is it legal?
Mine. As the Porsche of Belandi is back again. These cars are inseparable. Side by side down into mineshaft. Cav doing his damnedest now. Jay List earlier on doing the same. Now it's Cav's turn to hold everyone up. As Balawender looks to the outside. Runs a little bit wide there, but now he's got the outside run into Cheetah, but Cav still keeping it clean. Balawender switching sides, and the Honda is off track.
Still gets it. It's a four-way battle for second.
Lucas has caught up to this group, and it's 2x2 as we go into turn 1.
Two,
Actually, it's turn 2.
I knew you were going to say that, you bastard. Oh, as the Honda goes flying off, the Porsche's off the track as well. Oh, it's pandemonium.
No, Lucas Costa's in second.
Lucas has gained 3 positions in 1 turn.
What's happening?
It's absolute chaos. Oh my word! This is some of the racing of the year.
They should get nominated by the VCO Simi, it's not gonna lie.
Yeah, vote for us at the VCO Simi Awards. We'd love them.
I think it's already close, but...
It happens. It closes today. We've just gotten confirmation. So if you'd love to vote for us, go to v-c-o.info. They have a website. Vote for us. We'd love an award, and we'd get flown out to what is it, Los Angeles, right?
I think that's yeah, sure.
Right. Two-way battle for what is this? 5th here, and there's a lapped car. Blue flag, blue flag.
Who's being
Porsche
lapped?
is in the middle of the battle at
It's
the
a
minute.
35 is being lapped.
The 35 is being lapped, yes. Lucas Costa now looking to his rear view TV. He wants this win, but unfortunately Cher just got too good of a position, and he is far up the field at the minute. So Costa's got it all to do in the next 4.5 minutes.
I think he can do it.
I believe in Lucas Costa.
Look across the fan club.
I mean, the chat seems to believe in him, and I believe in him as well. Let's go. Meanwhile, Balawenda with the fastest lap. I'm not sure when he did that or
When
how
did he do that?
Ah, 995,
Oh.
yeah. Yeah, I mean,
I'll be requesting
Yeah.
that ASAP.
I mean that will go towards server fees, I imagine, and
Yep.
covering Coke's contribution to the swear jar as well.
What do you mean? When I have a sword?
Good point. You are actually the cleanest mouthed person I know.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. I have a clean mouth.
Colgate,
Not in the way you think it is.
Colgate, right?
I don't use Colgate.
As we discussed toothpaste variety, our lead pack here just gets past the lapped cars. Oh no!
Oh no!
No, you can't show that. We can't show
XC
that.
Homey, Pennsylvania.
We can't show that. People will know that we're we're going to win the award. I mean, we are going to be safely nominated for the awards legally.
How legally?
Very.
Fair
As
enough.
we make our way past Gonzal, who unfortunately, after getting the whoa,
Bye.
goodbye, sir. That is not the track. The Sage goes a bit wide there. As we now look back down the grid, List is now behind Wolf. Wolf has made the move, I imagine in part due to a bit of blue flag shenanigans. Lucas now looking in his rear view. He's got 2 Porsches and both of them want to be where he is. Balawenda going for the move and defending simultaneously. Now that is textbook, probably.
I haven't seen a textbook still racing, so I don't know.
I'll produce one.
Don't.
Well,
Oh,
Lucas
Costa,
goes
no!
wide. Oh, spins it onto the track. Is he safe?
Yes, he is.
He's safe.
He is safe.
The man is safe. Good.
Man's safe.
Balawenda now looking to inherit second, but Belandi's going to have something to say about that. Side by side.
Oh, tiny bit of a
Balawenda
bump.
just gets ahead. Very safe run into Cheetah now. No worries about having to go side by side.
2 more laps.
2 more laps to go. Anything to play for still. Cav looking to make up the places that he lost earlier on with that contact with Balawenda. List now again looking in his rear view, looking to defend against the might of the Honda. Will he go left? Will he go right? Will he defend? Will he just let it happen? Coming into turn 1 now.
He's not going to go for it.
Did think about it. I think he thought about it.
Maybe. We'll see.
Well,
Oh,
he's definitely thinking about it now, side by side. Looking to switch back on the Bentley. Doesn't have enough power to get there just on its own steam alone. So gonna have to wait. Considering it into sunset now. And again, just not quite there to be able to make the move. Hooking it left, ready for the S's now as the Honda goes a little bit wide, loses it. Maris licking his lips. He's hoping to make something of a incident ahead. cars 3 by 3. See just a plethora of cars up ahead.
Oh,
Bit
what's
of
up?
dirt up ahead. I wonder what's happened there. There's-
Oh no!
List loops it.
He just loses it.
List has lost the car, and unfortunately, that's 2 places that he's given up
Oh,
there. As
Cav!
Cav also goes wide and gives
Oh,
up the
no.
place. Maris didn't have to do anything there, and he's gained 2 positions.
Mm.
And Cav going wide again. We've seen this earlier. He's got to be really careful that he can get a drive-through just from driving like this.
Yeah. Final lap.
Final lap indeed, yes, as Cav looking to try and regain some of the places that he lost due to just mistakes and a little bit of argy-bargy. On board, watching Costa now bumping about a bit, but looking to come home in a strong position of 4th. But
Could have been second.
could have been second, but just went a bit wide earlier on as we look to our other screen there for the battle for 11th with Vorak and Maitland, sorry. Both of these cars early on experiencing significant damage on the start-finish straight. Coming into sunset now. I think that's a healthy gap that Vorak wants to maintain. Vorak going a little bit wide.
So
And
Sherwin?
Sher has crossed the line for the win. Who's going to take second? I think Balawender.
I think Balawender
is going to take it. Yeah.
I mean, he has a 3-second
there he
gap.
is.
He's
Balawender
easily gonna take
crossed the
second.
line. Balandi in 3rd. Lucas Costa taking 4th. I think Wolf also with a healthy gap. 5th. Take 5th. So Maitland and Vorak battling with their unfortunately damaged cars. Vorak is still ahead of Maitland. So we come into Crocodiles now. Maitland did try it there, couldn't quite get it to work.
Oh yeah. Oh!
Maitland very deep. That's a wall. No. Can't get the position, unfortunately, and that's all she wrote for that. That'll be 12th position for Maitland.
Oh!
Oh!
Beef!
Oh, that ain't it. That ain't it. That ain't it, Chief. I don't think that was beef. That was him avoiding the crash there.
Oh, nice camera. Oh!
That was
McLaren.
wild. The last car on the track in the McLaren. The only McLaren with us today.
And that's it for race
And
1.
that's it for this race. Cher taking the win, Balawender 2nd, Balandi in 3rd. What a race. Now, I'm going to go set up for the second race. If the pit lane correspondent would like to pipe up, and you two can talk about
Oh god.
things.
Hi.
Hello.
Hi, Coke.
Have you been watching the race at all, or have you just been asleep?
Little bit of column A, little bit of column B. I was
Okay.
alerted by people entering the pit lane and revving their engines right next to my ear.
Mm-hmm.
That woke me up, and I have been able to watch the race since then. It's been a good competition throughout the field.
Mm-hmm.
I'm impressed that everyone made it to the end.
Yep.
It'd be a bit of a wild start for race 2, I feel like, with the field all reversed. We have
I think it will be.
our quicker driver at the rear potentially, and our less quick drivers
Cool.
maybe towards the front. We might see some fireworks off the line. I mean, we saw some fireworks off the line last time, but you know, what do you think?
I think it's gonna be an absolute mess. I'm gonna be honest. I have no hope in anyone driving this.
Do you have hope in yourself?
No,
Why do you not have any hope in yourself, Coke?
because I'm overweight.
You're lovely.
You're lovely, I'm overweight.
You're Coke.
Ooh.
But yeah, so rules are simple for this one. Another 24-minute race. Grid is
Yep.
reversed.
Yep.
I hope to be able to go back in my deck chair and have another snooze under the blazing hot sun here in South Africa,
Mhm.
and hopefully won't be disturbed by anybody needing to come in for an emergency pit stop.
Amazing stuff.
Amazing stuff.
As we wait for the block side to come back.
So yeah. So what's your opinion on Kyle Army as a circuit?
It exists.
Does it?
It's one of the circuits.
Is it one of the circuits of all time?
Yep.
Okay then. Any further on that, or
No, not really.
fair enough.
It happens.
What's your favorite car around here?
Now, Kyle Army.
Yeah.
I don't know actually. Probably the Dominus from Rocket League.
Oh, fair enough. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a good one.
I'm quite fond of the Stadium Super Trucks. They're pretty good in ACC.
Stadium Super Trucks, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, as we cut back to that again. What? Yep, it happens.
We do high quality here at REVSPORT. We have a motto, and it's high quality. That's the motto. Very catchy.
Very high quality. Back to
Um,
Suzuka.
So high quality they paid me to fly out here, and I don't actually. Well,
I
pay
didn't
me.
pay you.
Well, you didn't pay me exactly. Our benefactors paid me to come out here and do my job when I don't have to do
you
my
paid
job.
yourself.
I mean, maybe I'm the benefactor.
Maybe.
Maybe I'm
Well-
Jonathan. Maybe I'm Jonathan REVSPORT
Jonathan REVSPORT.
in disguise.
Who is Jonathan REVSPORT?
Exactly. Who?
Don't tell me.
That would ruin the mystique.
You just don't have a story to tell, do you?
I mean, I can try and think of a story. I'll just do the script for B movie. Yeah.
That's not funny anymore.
That's not funny
Don't-
anymore. I
don't-
know.
what-
I don't think it was ever funny.
The weather. It's currently not
Um,
raining.
It's overcast down here. It's starting to get dark.
It was very sunny here.
It's very sunny here at Kyle Army. At least it was for the first race. I mean, we're restarting the. By the way,
Yeah.
did you know that? Did you know that you know what the weather is outside? That assumes you actually look out of a window at some point.
I did look out of the
did?
window.
They have
Yeah.
windows in Belgium.
It depends.
Ah, fair
Depends what
enough.
house you look at.
I thought they taxed that.
There's a chance. There's a chance.
Yeah, down here it
don't know.
is.
Don't know what's taking so long for the server.
No, he just wants to give us a chance to have a discussion on the many important things we have to
No,
discuss.
I don't know what to discuss. Gonna be honest. So, yeah.
Yeah, I'm not the commentator. I'm just.
I'm gonna ask the same question. What did you have for lunch?
What did I have for lunch? I had gammon.
What's gammon?
It's like ham.
Weird English
It's
food.
roast dinner with the family. Yes.
Weird English food, and of course.
Yeah, our food is beige. That's kind of the culinary delights of Britain can be described as in one word: beige. It was good. It was good though.
Never heard of that word, beige.
It's like brown, light brown.
You should start a podcast. You should
Yeah,
start-
the wonderful discussion we've got flowing right now. We should start a podcast out of it. Yeah.
yeah.
What would our
No,
podcast be about, Coke?
I don't know.
We could do true crime like every other podcast around right now.
True crime. Yeah, good do.
You could be the one committing the crime, then I could discuss it.
I commit several murders. And,
Well, yeah, we need you to commit like at least one interesting enough crime every week,
yeah,
enough to get like a couple hours of discussion out of it each time.
couple hours. Yeah.
Hmm.
So anyway,
So,
I
you know-
I stabbed this man.
Yeah, but just stabbing's only guessing you get out great. That's the first 30 seconds right there.
Yeah.
We need you to fill up. We need you to fill up the other 7,170 seconds as well.
Eh,
Like, you know, you gotta stab him, but you stab him in an interesting way. That's how you do true crime.
know
It's
what?
gotta be a
Just-
mystery.
just because you said that, I'm watching Amaranth.
Oh. I don't think that's relevant, Coke.
What do you mean?
But this is RevSport hours.
Oh, the alarm just gone off.
Wow, man, suspicion, suspicion
The alarm.
of big crime.
Yeah,
Big
yeah.
crime. Right. What big crime has Coke committed involving...
No. Amaranth's alarm just went off.
Oh, shut up.
She's not woken
Right,
up.
right, that's it.
Farley's
That's
back to take
both
control.
both of you, be quiet. Right,
Oh,
server is now up. For race 2, we have a reverse grid. We have a few new drivers who were unable to take part in the last race. They've just been tacked on at the end. And yes, you two are good to stop talking about crime and Amaranth and all the things that
She's
don't
not waking up.
Shut up.
Right.
Okay.
The race should be in order. Everything should be correct. If it's not, I apologize, but we'll ignore that. As far as I can tell, we have two new drivers, Lynn and Savinsky, who will both be starting at the back of the grid behind Joe Scher. There might be some. Oh, there are some gaps on the grid. Oops.
It happens.
Yeah, I might need to restart the server again. You know what? It happens. I'm just going to quickly let people know there might be some gaps on the grid due to people dropping out. I apologize. If so, I cannot keep track of that. There we go. I am now covering my ass. Excellent. Right. Now, next race, reverse grid. Our pole sitter is going to be the ever lovely Schroeder in the #1 Porsche who pulled into the pit lane and sat there.
Yeah,
So he
I'll
knows
do
something
that.
that we don't. Sage will be lining up alongside him on the front row as well. So a Porsche lockout for the front row. Very interesting situation.
Very cool.
Here. Have you been keeping up with tonight's racing?
Who, me?
Yeah, you.
I've been here.
It happens.
Yep.
Excellent. Server is currently on practice. Can we get a little sneak preview of practice, operator? Just, it doesn't have to be long, but let's get a sneak preview.
Oh, thank you.
And there's a car. We've done it.
No way. No,
So
let's go back.
Balawenda already getting some early practice underway. Astonishing.
Amazing stuff.
I could watch this all day. Ooh, that reminds me. Good point. I believe none of our drivers have the same position as each other, which could break something. So I have checked that, that's fine. I think the reason for if there are any gaps on the grid is because, unfortunately, P Stather is on the entry list twice.
Nice.
And, you know, we could just blame that on the fact that we lost the entry list, so it's fine.
Yeah, we can.
But yeah, we don't have to watch any more of this. Get this off my screen. This is awful. Don't like practice. Right, brilliant.
She's still not woken up.
Stop talking about Amaranth. Right, we have a minute until practice begins. Race begins, practice ends. Actually, it should be ending now, so as people finish their laps, we should be moving on to the race. Yeah, we have 18 drivers, which I believe is the same amount of drivers as we had in the race. So some drivers have gone missing. I am just now having a look to see who is no longer with us. I believe the Lamborghini of Sea Gold is no longer in the server, unfortunately. which is a shame. He showed some really good pace at the beginning of the race. Unfortunately, one or two unlucky crashes, and that's all she wrote. And also, the number 2 driver on the grid, Sage, does not seem to be in the server.
Oh, why's that?
That is interesting. So I'm not sure what's happening there, but
Fair enough. That's a good reason.
No. 100%.
Yeah,
Like,
I've done that before.
Yeah. Actually, when I was actually at a large esports event with Coke, I did get lost on the way back from the toilets.
You did?
Yeah, I did actually. It's that was a stadium. And they've got signs and stuff. If you end up in a racetrack, God knows where they're putting the porta potties. They could move them while you're actually still in them as well. So
been there, done that.
It happens, as we say. Right. We should be on the grid now. With the drivers are now on the grid. Yep. And that's not correct. Is that correct? Wait! Oh, Paul Sitter isn't here either, is he, Schroeder? Yes, that is correct. Gunnarsel is pole sitting once again.
Why are we not?
What?
We're not going. We're not on the grid yet.
I imagine he's trying to find where his camera is.
Yeah, again. Oh, there we go. Hey.
Again on pole, he's done it. Finishing 3rd to last in the previous race. Gates alongside him. We saw very strong racing from him earlier on. Let's see if he can follow it through. Smith in 3rd position there. D. Wild is in 4th. I believe the gap there is because of Pete, so let's blame Pete. Maitland in 5th. In 6th, we would see Maris. No, I'm confusing myself. Vorak is there, so again, blame Pete. Gold is back. He made it back from the toilets. He's in 7th. D'Angelo in 8th. The Audi 9th to J List. 10th, rounding out the top 10, that's Cab Bird in the Honda. 11th place goes to Maris with Wolf alongside. Costa taking the 14th position. A lot to do for these drivers at the back here with Costa, Belandi, Balawenda and Cher, our top 4 from the previous race, and the 2 new additions at the rear with Savinsky and Lynn. So, all to play for here. We will be moving off shortly. It is a shame that our pole sitters could not be here for the race start. Schroeder joins just too late to take pole, and I'm afraid that's a pit lane start for you, my friend. Very unfortunate, It's not his fault. Well, I mean,
kind of is,
but let's ignore that. As our drivers get underway with their formation lap. So, a lot of storylines to follow. Balawenda and Belandi inseparable during our first race. So, we'll be interested to see how they make their way through the pack, whether one has a significant advantage overtaking the cars than the other. Jade List, again, ahead of the drivers that he was holding up very expertly with probably the widest Bentley anyone's ever seen. So he's hoping that he can maintain that reputation. Maris hoping to not get into any early race issues, as we saw previously, where he did end up spearing off, I believe, at the S's. Also, other storylines to follow. Maitland was battling Vorak in those battered cars. Are we going to see them survive the first lap and get around safely? Remains to be seen. Just coming around now. Do you have a particular favourite for the win this time out?
No.
Excellent. If you do have a favourite and you wish to let us know, tell us in the chat or join us on the Discord.REVSPORT Racing. We have things and they're good.
Do we?
Yeah.
Like what?
We're trying to do these events at least once a month. We're 3 for 3 so far. Next event should happen perhaps in December. December's a difficult time to run things because, of course, people go home for holidays, things like that. So follow us on Twitter. We'll keep you updated. REVSPORT International, spelled INTL, at the top of your screens there. Everyone now making their way to double file now. Everyone 2x2. Noah's Ark in this MF. Now, there are some gaps in the grid, so there might be a few DTs that come out. We're gonna just say the words unlucky and get on with the racing. I believe the drivers might start a little bit earlier because the 2 drivers that are supposed to be ahead of the leaders are not here. We come through the final turn. Gomezal with the ideal position on the right. Will he make up for his mistake earlier on, not getting the start that he wanted? Lights are all red, waiting for the cars to get moving. And they are off. Porsche getting a decent start. The Ferrari, much better start this time out. But the Porsche easily ahead. That's 4 wide behind. People have not learnt their lesson from the previous race.
Oh, we
It's a
see
bit
it
shunty, a
happening.
little bit buzzing. No one's in a wall yet. I mean, those are survivable incidents. That's that's
Oh no! Oh no!
That's Costa off. I believe that's Balawenda off. That is List off. List in a wall as we speak, and unfortunately, that's Maitland again in a wall. Schroeder is off as well. Very unfortunate on the start there. People just taking too many risks than were necessary. Way more.
What a shame.
What a shame, as you say. Savinsky looking to make his way up the pack himself, and Lynn both making up the positions very nicely. As Cher in the Audi has his reputation on the line, but there's also the great wall of cars ahead, 3 wide, coming to the bottom of the track. It's pandemonium down here. Is he going to make it 3 wide? Does he have to make that lunge? He's making the lunge.
Going for it.
As the Honda of... I can't even tell as everyone's spins. That's not good. But Landy survives that as the car spears into his side, and that is the car of Wild and Maris off to the side of the track there. Lucas Costa very close to running into the back of the stricken vehicle. And again, the dishwasher is making its noise. That was a severe hit, and I'm afraid that's going to be another trip to IKEA for my parents.
No, not again.
Through turn 1 now. Gates looking to hold the lead, but Dvorak very close behind. Dvorak making the lunge, but the Porsche braking late, so not able to capitalize off that. Gonzal still within the fight here. He has a working car and working bit steering, as we see Balawenda getting a bit sideways through turn 3 there, turn 4.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good. Cav Bud now within. He was in touching distance of the win last time out, and he's in touching distance this time as well. Only 2 cars now stand between himself and the lead as they get past the Ferrari of Gomezil. D'Angelo also having a look at the Ferrari braking late and turning, trying to keep it side by side, and the Audi just getting past the Ferrari there. It's scintillating stuff, this. As I have said prior in the
Yeah.
previous race, I am now reusing lines like an Oblivion character, as we see that REVSPORT, this is actually a known fact as well, that the latest version of REVSPORT was created using a cracked copy of GarageBand and 3 hours without having something visual.
No way. What did we use GarageBand for?
That's the thing, nobody knows.
Nobody knows. Okay.
Like none of the people who made REVSPORT to begin with even have an Apple device, so
Damn.
a very strange situation there. But I'll tell you a situation that's a bit more familiar, and that's cars, as we see Jay Wolf overtake on the inside of Gonzal, but keeps it very tight from turn 1 to Gonzal, looking to battle back and just gets a little bit sideways and able to get back onto the power, and that allows Savinsky to overtake, and as we see, is that gate? That's a gate.
No!
Is that gate? What on earth has occurred there? That's 4
It's
cars.
so happening.
What on earth happened with Gates there? He's not moving.
Oh my god!
Lucas runs straight to the back of Barlander.
Oh no! What's
That's Cher's
happening?
car completely cooked. That's Lucas's car completely cooked. What on
It was
earth?
a terrible
occurred there?
rejoin.
Was it a rejoin because his car was not? Their car was not moving. I mean, there were 3 cars on track and none of them were moving.
He was moving.
Well, I mean, Lucas was definitely
We
moving.
might have to get a replay of that.
There might be something that we have to do post, but the tech team are looking into that. Yeah, Alexa just firing that car
Yeah.
across the track. I couldn't tell if Alexa was moving or not.
I don't know. When is it? Alexa's dead?
Alexa's no longer in
the
the
server.
server.
Yeah.
There's 2 cars no longer in the server. We have 3 cars in the pit lane. And
Vorak,
Vorak now with a very good shot at taking this win. As D'Angelo now looking to duel with Bud as we get a live replay. So Alexa comes through here, goes a bit wide. That's the bit I saw.
Oh no!
Bins.
Loses it. Someone made a terrible
Cher's
rejoin.
here. Oh.
I think the black
Ferrari
Porsche
winning.
makes a terrible rejoin.
Yes. Well. Oh, and again, it's a blind. It's blind.
Yeah.
So the issue there was that because Gonzal was so close to the rear of the battle for, I believe at the time, 4th,
Yep.
that it pulled out and there's a car in the middle of the track. There was nothing that they could do. And again with Lucas just pulled out from behind the stricken cars. We see more cars off the track.
Oh.
Just as Lucas pulled out,
Mhm.
again, there was a battle going on as, ooh, that's not a move to be made, as D'Angelo punts the car of Bud there and takes second. That's not the move that I think either of them would have wanted to happen
It's
to
not
me.
what you want.
As now Savinsky is in second behind D'Angelo. Can we get a update from the pit lane reporter, please? I see Gonzal has finally left the pit lane.
Yeah, it was an absolutely apocalyptic scene down here in the pit lane. There was hammers, pliers, fists, all sorts used to try and fix up these cars as quick as they can. And obviously, well, we had some quick drivers involved in that, so it'll be interesting to see how they come back through the field whenever they actually get out from their cars being punched back into shape. Oh, we've seen some levers as well, but it's a short race. It'll be hard to come back from there.
I have some information from the Porsche who was supposed to start in second. His power has disconnected, I'm afraid. So very unlucky for I've got to get the number up or the name up just so I'm not going to say this wrong. Very unlucky for Kennedy Sage there in the Porsche. I imagine he'd wanted to take that second place grid position with both hands. So anyway, back to action on the track. Balawender is now at the rear of a fairly significant train as we're on board with Savinsky. This is the battle for the lead. Angelo taking the lead now from Dvorak. Dvorak looking to Savinsky from behind with Wolf and Cav Bud not too far behind beyond that. Now, some information. The Hondas on the track that you see, I believe Dvorak, Savinsky, and Maris, who is unfortunately in the pit lane, are all teammates. I'd like to say as well, D'Angelo is not a teammate as far as I know. These drivers are all part of Team Shazoo GT Omega, which they didn't tell me to say this. I just snooped on their profiles, so that's how I know. I believe Belandi as well is part of this team, and unfortunately also in the pit lane. So, 2 drivers now to at least maintain some of the team's. What's the word I'm looking for? Charisma. Let's go with that. That's not the word I wanted, but we're going.
Maybe.
Doing it live.
I think you're looking for charisma. Oh, I'm not English.
Well, I'll tell you what isn't English as well. The 2 wide that's going through Sunset right now between Wolf and Bud. No, Wolf and Bud, sorry. Between Wolf and D'Angelo. Because everyone's shifting around, everyone's switching positions. It's hard to keep track. It is an overtake per corner at this point. On board now. Oh, is he going to do it? Or is he going to do it? Right. That is signal for, well, seeing what happens. I mean, you've seen Cav, you've seen him alongside, you've seen him on the side of the track, you've seen him in a wall. I think he's taking matters into his own hands. And I think that's what that radio message represents.
I think so as well.
So, Cav Bud looking to regain position on Balawenda, gained 3/10 so far through this lap alone. Race control is saying, has anyone seen my well, race control, you might want to take a look at the number 53 here, because he's getting on like nothing else. And yeah, plutonium is dangerous. Please do not ingest, eat, or look at any plutonium within a 5-meter radius.
I mean, I've done it.
I can tell.
Damn.
Dvorak, our leader at the minute with Svinsky, not too far behind. This is a different complexion to the races we saw last time out. At this time, previously, we saw Cher open up a significant gap to the group behind, but right now it is still anyone's game for the lead. It's just about maintaining consistency for our lead drivers here. As we see something that's not very consistent, that is the backwards Aston Martin of Smith, who was unfortunately taken.
Probably just spam coming out of the final corner.
Or, alternatively, was just absolutely amazed by the quality of the concrete on the inside.
When I took a track walk this morning, I was very amazed.
You walked?
I could taste it.
I didn't know you walked.
What do you mean? Oh,
well, you know what we were saying about consistency earlier on? He's already gone cooked it. I mean, not even exited that lap. D'Angelo now closing up to the rear of Savinsky. Savinsky doing all he can to make sure that D'Angelo doesn't put one over on him. Trying to break the toe there, and I think it's worked. D'Angelo's still not within diving range, never mind overtaking range. And absolutely astonishing. I am replying to Jesus de Lisboa Gomez in chat. We hope to see you soon. Unfortunately, Lucas is out of the race. Now, battle for second is hotting up, and the battle for fourth as well. The fastest person on the track at the minute of Balawenda managed to escape the incident earlier on with minimal damage by the looks of it. And he's looking to regain the position that he otherwise would have. Ooh, just sneaks it up the inside on Wolf. They are bumping.
What a move!
What a
He's done
move.
it!
That looks like a move that you did in 1992, actually.
At what race? What track?
The Armenian Grand Prix.
What track?
The Armenian Grand Prix.
Yeah, I did that once.
Excellent.
A few children died, but we're good.
Shut up. Balawenda has made it past with the ultimate squeaky clean move on to Wolf there. But that has dropped them back a little bit from this lead pack. Speaking of lead, Vorak has now opened the gap as the Aston looks to the inside and just backs out of it. Not worth the risk of slamming into the side of another car. And not only that, I have received a Snapchat.
From who?
From a local person.
No way.
He says he's going to be at the pub at 1:45.
No way.
That is
I have also
breathtaking
received a
news.
Snapchat.
A Snapchat.
Yeah? He's also gonna be at the pub 1:30 and 1:45. There we
The
go.
same person.
Is it?
It might
Maybe. I mean, oh shit.
be. Coke has died.
Well then.
I don't know what happened.
Well, that's fine. Actually, we do want you here, Cam. We want a discussion about two cars still sat in the pit lane of Belendi and Maros.
Well, I think they just came out for a drink, to be honest. Maybe a quick toilet break. Like, yeah, 24 minutes is a long time to hold it in for. So sometimes you'll come in and just do your business. But yeah, I mean, five laps down, 6 laps down. It's been it's over for them pretty much. I mean, maybe we'll see them back out, but I think they're enjoying the overpriced drinks at the local bar.
Thank you very much. As we have just seen Zavitsky going wide at the final turn, and again, that's let D'Angelo have a little bit of a look. D'Angelo looking to make the move stick. Gets switched back on, but it looks like he's got the move done through the right-hander. So, D'Angelo up into second, looking ahead. There's a 3-second gap. There's 8 minutes to go. Can he do it? We're about to find out.
I don't know.
Nose to tail. This is really something. This reminds me of the Balawenda Belandi fight earlier on, as we saw. And now Balawenda is getting involved. He is trying to make a name for himself as an aggressive driver. As Honda just squeaks it. He's back into the position he was originally in. He's holding up D'Angelo. Balawenda also looks to the inside. Ooh. Dale on the inside, backed out and then went back into it again, and not able to get the drive off the move there, but that's definitely hampered Zawinski's ability to re-overtake the Audi, but he's still going to take a crack at it anyway on the inside here at the Crocodiles. The Audi still a car's length ahead, so still maintaining that move does D'Angelo. Through Cheetah we go and into the final turn, and again Zawinski losing it a little bit as Balawenda dives the inside, bumps the Honda wide, and I think that is offside.
We have to go to VAR for that, I think.
VAR, yeah. I don't think we have the technology for that yet, but
No,
that
we
is definitely
don't.
something that we will need to look at, maybe for next football season. Now,
Yep.
Wolf is now in the mix. 4 cars spread by a second. This is looking more car park than racing circuit here, as all the cars are just trying to shuffle past each other.
Interesting.
Sunset we go. Who's going to be the first to make the lunge or the first to make a mistake? Swinging it through the final turn there of the second sector. Didn't lie, there we go. Down through the S's. And the Aston seems to be slowly slipping away from this front to here. The gap is now opening up by a rate of tenths per corner here, as we see Balawenda closing up to the Audi. He really wants this second REVSPORT win. Another thing to note, the gap to the leader has shrunk now. It was at 3.9, now it's at 2.5. This group of cars here now no longer penned in by Savinsky are looking to just push further up the grid as we see Gomezel in the distance there. Fun fact about Gomezel, he has 4 Pirelli stickers in the front of his car.
He must really like Pirelli.
He loves tyres. Just as much as he loves it starting in pole position, as he's done
Does he
twice.
like eating them tires?
And as we see there, look at this.
Wow, amazing stuff.
Now, Balawenda. Closing, gaining, closing. I mean, these drivers have really just shuffled about and they put it into park by the looks of it. They're not risking anything at the minute. You know, the dirty air that these cars will be receiving through the corners as well.
Over the Audi, kind of.
As the Audi goes wide. You know, as you are following closer to a car ahead, the less downforce you have, and the less downforce you have, the less turning potential that you have. So you kind of drive differently when you're in the front of the pack than when you're in the back of the pack.
Yeah.
Porsche's closer here than he's been for a considerable amount of time. 2/10 is the distance between them. Will he make the lunge? He's looking to. As the Audi cuts across a little bit, but harsh but fair, keeps the position. Yeah. But that's allowed Wolf to now close that gap a little bit more, as the Porsche again looks to make a move, swap sides, and compromised his run onto the straight.
Not sure, but I think it's going to be 2-1 laps.
I think you are right.
It's going to be close.
40 lap around here.
It's going to be close.
As we see now, it is just a complete jumble of cars. The Ferrari just going over to the side to allow the lead group through. That is gentlemanly behaviour on their part. As on board with Wolf. What is the gap to our leader? It is now. I can't read that. Is that a second?
1 point. Is that a second?
That is a second. It's closed right up.
Might get an exciting last lap.
Yeah, we are.
Leader just run into the. Oh!
Leader's been blocked.
Leader's been blocked.
And this. A. Smith now sat in front of our lead group. I can't imagine what's going through our leader's head. Well, he's been punted. I mean, we've heard the terms before. Fuck around and find out. And he definitely found out. He is.
So the top 5 all within a second.
Not only is the top 5 all within a second, but they're basically 3 abreast at this point.
Oh, wait, what's happening? Balawenda's getting into second.
Balawenda taking the position, but the Audi is having none of it.
Oh, yeah, Balawenda in second.
Oh, as the Audi just loses it ever so slightly, but regains composure, doesn't lose too much time through that, and look at this nose to tail for the start-finish straight. It's going to be one more lap. This is the showdown that we wanted to see. Dvorak keeping the lead. He's about a second ahead. Anything can happen with him. If he makes a mistake, it's 4 positions that he drops. D'Angelo now being overtaken by Savinsky, and Jay Wolf, opportunistic, 2 moves in 1 turn.
What a move!
Wolf now into the podium positions. He's got to have a smile on his face right now, I imagine so.
Oh, I imagine so as well.
Our lead group of Vorak Balawenda and Wolf, as we see that FTX did consider sponsoring REVSPORT, and yes, it is a complete coincidence that they are now bankrupt. We had nothing to do with it, I promise, okay?
I love short.
Oh,
Parliament is going for the lead.
as we see through too wide now through the S's, as Savinsky again
And
looks to make a
Balawend is
move.
on it. Balawend is in the lead.
Balawend is in the lead of his second ever race in the lead here tonight. As we see Dvorak now wanting to make the move back again. He's only got 2 more opportunities to do it, really, so he's going to have to make these count. Keep an eye on that scoreboard. It's not going to stay in that position by the end of this lap. As we see the camera switching position as Balawenda takes it through Crocodiles. Everyone's still
Final
in a
time for
line.
Cheetah.
Cheetah, we go.
That's a good one.
It's a good one as we head into the final corner. It's moves being made as
Oh, that's the
Savinsky,
podium. That's the
Savinsky
podium.
pushes Wolf off the course and takes it. Balawenda the win, Dvorak in second, Savinsky in third.
Jesus.
D'Angelo makes the move on Wolf into the final corner. Congratulations.
Congratulations.
indeed.
Congratulations to Balawend.
Balawenda with the win there. He's going to be very pleased with that as
What a
Wild
race.
takes 6th. Led in 7th, Schroeder in 8th, Maitland in 9th. Wild will be taking the 10th position as Gomezel in 11th, and Smith, the spinning Aston we saw earlier, taking 12th. Oh. Now that'll get your heart rate
Yeah,
going, I'll tell you that
it
much.
will.
Holy moly. An epic race from everyone involved as we cross the line. Wild again, the last car on the circuit. He's very skilled at this.
Yes.
He's going to round out our top 10.
That's what happens when you're in time.
Yeah, I don't think his team has been able to speak to him on the radio, unfortunately. And
No.
he's got to weave across the line. This is actually Braille, not Braille. You know, whatever.
Oh, what a race.
That was honestly a absolutely fantastic race to watch, and that's going to be us for the evening. I have a debrief to go to, so Coke, have you got any closing thoughts?
I don't actually.
And Cameron, while you are here as well, do you have any closing thoughts?
No, none on my side. It's a very big wind turbine they got Isolde there, but no, thank you everybody for taking part. It was good fun. Hope everyone
Yes.
enjoyed themselves. So I'm gonna go back into my deck chair and have another nap, I think, at some point.
And
But,
for myself, I'm just going to thank you both for being on the commentary team, and thanks to Jack as well for broadcasting this. I've been Marley, Coke and Cam have been themselves, haven't you?
Yeah.
Well, I'm certainly somebody.
Goodbye from us.
Goodbye.
Guess I should've known. Roll the dice. Let's see what happens when it's late at night. Where is the action on Starry Heights? Wanna take a leap of faith and know. Think twice and twice. Roll the dice. Let's see what happens when it's late